Ryan Anderson. This is like the 5th time he's called me out, shouted me out. Thank you, my guy, I love you, but still, dang, Gypsy already blocked me. What the heck is she gonna do next? Everybody on the tiki-taki streets, if you did not see Ryan's newest post, go check it out. He asked me how I'm doing, sweetie. I'm good, boo-boo. I'm doing good over here. He's just such a little Georgia peach for asking.
Grab a cozy spot, guys, because this one is about to get wild. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who swore she'd moved on and found inner peace, might just be spiraling out of control as she tries to juggle 2 men and block anyone who stands in her way. Literally trying to have her cake and eat it, and someone should tell her to stop, because it's giving secondhand embarrassment. Y'all, there is a lot to unpack here, so grab your popcorn and let's get right into it.
Amber J, how you doing, sweetie? I love your videos when you laugh at it.
This is why Gypsy blocked me, Ryan.
All right, so here's the tea. Gypsy's been out here putting on a show, telling everyone who cares to listen that she's found true love and is hit with a new level of healing. She's got a new man, Ken, and she's acting like her past with her ex-boyfriend, Ryan Anderson, is ancient history. But is it really? Because let me tell you, if she is so over him, then why does she care about every little move he makes? Like, we're talking blocking people on social media, lurking on his profile harder than a mom, stalking her kids' TikTok, literally refreshing her page like it's Black Friday. It's giving obsessed and pressed. It's giving I settled for less, and fans are noticing her desperation.
Ryan got to glow up. I appreciate that. Can you be mine? I will say this, I have gotten a lot of numbers, people on messages.
To give y'all some context on the situation, after Gypsy's whole messy history with Ryan, 3 whole years going through all sorts of drama, breaking up, making up, and the whole shebang, Gypsy swore on her dead mama that she'd move on, and that she's all about this new chapter with Ken. Gypsy's been on podcasts, doing interviews, dropping little bits of relationship advice like she's got it all figured out, but you know what? Actions speak louder than words, and it seems like Gypsy's actions are telling a whole other story. At this rate, it won't come as a shock if she's been Googling Ryan's last location.
What went so wrong so fast?
Well, I think people need to understand that Ryan and I had been in a relationship for 3 years. And sometimes relationships just take its course, and that's what happened.
Let's stay on Gypsy's latest I'm So Healed for a moment, where she was on a podcast saying she's all about self-growth and that she only wants the best for Ryan. She even threw in some digs like, I'm at a higher level of healing than he is, which is just, girl, who are you trying to convince here? If Gypsy is really at peace as she claims, she wouldn't be trying so hard to prove it. Why is she still talking about Ryan in the first place? Fans are beginning to call it as it is, saying she sounds a little too bitter to be healed.
I mean, honestly, I have been trying to have a very civil conversation with Ryan about everything because we don't communicate often. I really just wanted to have that closure, that one conversation that kind of closed everything up. And we had that. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm in a place of higher healing and an elevated healing than he is right now.
But here's where it gets even juicier. Ryan, unlike Gypsy, seems to be vibing with someone new, a TikTok creator named Amber J. She's got that bold personality, she's funny, and she's definitely catching Ryan's attention. And y'all, when I say she's bringing out a whole new side of Ryan, I mean it. He's out warming up to Amber, already calling her sweetie on his live streams, and just looking more relaxed than ever. And let's be real, it's probably been a minute since he's had this kind of lighthearted fun. But when he was with Gypsy, he walked around like he was carrying the entire universe on his back. He's finally looking like he remembers what a smile feels like.
Amber J, how you doing, sweetie? I love your videos when you laugh at it.
And as you can imagine, Gypsy did not take kindly to this. Instead of letting Ryan live his life, she went ahead and blocked Amber on social media. And that was when the drama went full blast. Who even does that, especially if they're supposedly so over their ex? I told y'all, Gypsy is soaking in all shades of petty, obsessed, and most definitely not healed.
And so I've kept my distance, hoping that he could find that happiness and that healing for himself. What I want for him is to find his happiness in whatever form that is, and I encourage that. I have no ill will towards him at all. I wish him the very best, but any communication right now is just not in the best interest of our healing.
Everything went off the rails when Amber noticed that Gypsy has been spying on her, but unbeknownst to Gypsy Rose, Amber isn't just anyone. This girl has been quick to clap back, and when I tell y'all she's been having a field day dragging Gypsy, guys, the moment Gypsy pressed petty, Amber was like, game on. And she's never been afraid to poke fun at Gypsy and call out the jealousy that is basically oozing out of her every move. And what's even better is how Amber does it all with this carefree, laugh it off vibe. It's almost like she's not even taking Gypsy seriously, and you can bet that's only getting under Gypsy's skin even more.
Ryan Anderson. This is like the 5th time he's called me out, shouted me out. Thank you, my guy, I love you, but still, dang, Gypsy already blocked me. What the heck is she gonna do next? You're my favorite person on the interwebs this year.
Now, you might be wondering where Gypsy's supposed new man, Ken, is in all of this. Well, let's just say that the chemistry between them doesn't exactly jump off the screen. We've seen clips of them at the airport, out and about, and it's just awkward and flat. Like unseasoned mashed potatoes, zero chemistry, zero flavor, and all around hard to watch. Come to think about it, if he is supposed to be her fresh start, why does she look so tense around him? It's almost like she's putting on a show trying to prove she's moved on when deep down she is still clinging on to something or someone else.
How do you look so unhappy?
Valet people and the people that work at where she was staying literally thought Ken was her security guard.
I just feel like it's like always the same questions every single time. When do you do? What's the gender?
Oh, thank you,
It's
Jackie.
like, are you new?
There was no chemistry, there was no affection, there was nothing.
Stop being rude.
I'm not being rude.
Not to mention the wild speculation that the baby Gypsy's expecting might actually be Ryan's. It has literally been some next level soap opera drama ever since Gypsy got out of prison. But then again, imagine what this would mean if that baby looks like Ryan. Gypsy's plans to move on and erase him from her life would totally backfire. She'd be linked to Ryan for years, and it would be a whole mess to co-parent while she's with Ken, a guy who doesn't look exactly thrilled to be in her life. Amber's also been poking fun at this baby theory in the most hilarious way, saying things like, Ryan, that baby might look just like you.
Fucking y'all. Oh, Ryan, she looks just like you. I'm so sorry I had to.
The thing is, it's one thing to try and act all healed and unbothered, but if Amber's out here making jokes about her future baby potentially looking like her ex, Gypsy must be feeling some type of way. But Amber has literally been reminding Gypsy that she messed with the wrong one.
Ooh, y'all done did Gypsy dirty. Y'all creators on here, goddamn Gypsy gonna wanna change her baby's damn name. She's probably gonna switch it from Aurora to like Alfalfa or something because y'all blasted it. What the hell is she gonna decide now to pick her baby name? Y'all went down the rabbit hole?
Remember, Gypsy is so used to threatening her rivals, and she's actually pulled this move up until very recently. So her blocking spree isn't even the end of this saga. She's been allegedly sending emails through her PR team to shut down anyone who dares to criticize her. You'd be doing your thing, only to receive a late night email threatening to hit you with a cease and desist order if you don't remove any content about her. And you know what that screams? Control freak. Gypsy seems way too invested in how people see her, which is ironic for someone who claims that they're so healed and over the drama.
Watch what Gypsy Rose's husband says and then watch Gypsy's face.
I think one is, people call her the master manipulator. It wasn't that. It was the other way around in that relationship with her ex. It was the other way around. She was manipulated.
One creator, Angel Baby, did not hold back when she received one of these emails. She clapped back saying she's not afraid of Gypsy or her PR tactics. Many people find it refreshing to see content creators stand up to Gypsy's attempts to control the narrative. Angel Baby simply told Gypsy that she had battled way bigger names than Gypsy and she wouldn't be backing down anytime soon. It's like Gypsy's efforts to silence her critics are only making people more curious and invested in whatever she is hiding. And get this, Angel Baby isn't the only one. There are reports of Gypsy's team combing through the internet, flagging any posts that dare to question her actions or to call out her jealousy. People are starting to notice this pattern of using her PR to manage every little thing said about her. She even went as far as to file a copyright claim against another YouTuber just to willingly get their video removed. So much for a healed, unbothered person who willingly chose to be in the limelight after being released from prison. Another thing that might have boosted Gypsy's ego is the fact that she's likely left with less than 6 months to complete her parole, meaning that there is little to no chance that Gypsy could go back to jail, at least not for the cause of Blanchard. It's no wonder she feels that she is above the law, but that just makes her look even more desperate, especially when she stoops so low as attacking and blocking Ryan's closest new associates.
I thought we were on parole. I guess she got approved because this is work, because they're still filming for the show. Don't forget that.
Another thing, so then that means she keenly joins Ryan's lives because that's when they interacted the most with Amber. There is just no way Gypsy would have known all this if she wasn't stalking Ryan.
Now, I do have a few things to say that came to light during this moment. First, because you shouted... If you didn't know, Ryan shouted me out on his live. Amber J, hey, the bestie. Anywho, back to the story. Ryan said I'm funny. I made one post about Gypsy. She reported it, and then she done damn blocked me. So she was on the hunt. She was looking. She was looking for me. So that means that she was watching his live. There's no doubt. There's no doubt that she doesn't watch Ryan on live. Why wouldn't you? He's funny. I don't know. You seen what you missed out on? I'm just saying.
Gypsy's image as the healed, moved on woman is looking shadier by the day, and her every attempt to silence her critics just adds fuel to the fire. What started off as a public love triangle has become an all-out campaign for control. Instead of radiating peace and confidence, Gypsy's every move signals a desperate need to keep her past with Ryan buried alive, but also dead at the same time. She misses being loved upon the way that Ryan used to, because the awkwardness between her and Ken doesn't really scream true love. It screams overcompensation in the messiest way possible. But let's take a step back because it gets even wilder. Gypsy's actions against Amber didn't stop at blocking her. Rumor has it she's also been talking with Ryan directly, saying things about Ken that totally contradict the happy girlfriend vibe she's been pushing online. It's almost like she's caught between two worlds, one where she wants everyone to believe she found her forever, and another where she's still mentally and emotionally linked to her ex. Gypsy probably doesn't know that those unresolved feelings don't always just disappear. To make her case even worse, everyone is absolutely so over Gypsy and her endless drama, and so they're literally cheering on Ryan for moving on, calling it karma at its finest, as Gypsy's carefully crafted "I'm healed" act crumbles. Some fans also believe she's only trying to keep Ryan miserable and emotionally tied to her, while others think Gypsy is just panicking in case Ken ditches her. Ryan and Amber's drama aside, she made yet another crazy comment during a podcast appearance, something that set fans into a frenzy of frustration. She talked about her sadness that her daughter would never meet her mother, Dee, and how she plans to explain her past. But y'all, people were not here for it, because if she's not trending for controversial reasons, people have noted that she always pulls this Gypsy sympathetic angle about Dee. But now, whenever she mentions her mom, people are always just side-eyeing her. Gypsy is clearly still possessed with a clout-chasing spirit, to the point that many are super worried about her ability to raise a daughter. And honestly, the concerns make sense. If Ken ever decides to leave, it could be a repeat of her own dark history.
Were you high? Did that influence what occurred that night?
I was, during that week, abusing painkillers. However, that was not something that affected my mental state at that time. I wasn't myself. I had been taking narcotics such as Xanax and Vicodin. I was high. Very high. I was on a bunch of medications, and I know that's no excuse, but on Xanax, I felt like I had no emotion, and I wasn't thinking right.
That night?
I was, during that week, abusing painkillers. However, that was not something that affected my mental state at that time.
In the end, Gypsy will probably realize she can't control the narrative, even if she blocks everyone on TikTok. Her jealous digs at Amber J all point to one thing. She hasn't really moved on. If she had, she wouldn't care about who Ryan's hanging out with. She wouldn't be blocking people left and right, and she definitely wouldn't be sending emails to try and silence her critics. This whole saga just proves that the healed Gypsy she's been trying to put out there might just be a front. The real Gypsy is still tangled up in her past, still obsessed with keeping everyone in line, and still struggling to let go of the person she claims she's over. Anyways, if you think Gypsy's theatrics will ever stop, wait until you hear how she recently put her baby's life at risk and fans had to intervene. Thanks for watching, loves, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the latest on these celebs and influencers.